Elementary school kids are not reading. Kids are not reading. Kids cannot read. It doesn't matter if your child's at an A school or if your child's at a D school or if your child's at a charter school or a private school. I have seen kids at all areas. They all struggle.
So yesterday I came to the realization my students can't read.
I'm going to just say this. I teach 7th grade. They are still performing on the 4th grade level.
7th grade English teacher here. I teach in Northern Houston, and I teach at one of the more affluent schools. When I tell you that these babies cannot read, they cannot write, and they cannot comprehend, I'm not being funny.
I don't think y'all understand that I have high school students who do not know how to spell their own name. Students who are in high school who are misspelling their own name.
Kids can't read. They can't decode. They have no vocabulary, no background knowledge. I've never seen anything like it. For context, for 8 years, I taught a self-contained program for significant language-based learning disability. It was the step before being sent to a specialized school. My 5th graders with significant language-based learning disabilities could write better than non-disabled 7th graders can.
Wow. Can confirm, as someone who just started substitute teaching, kids cannot read.
Do you guys know that Gen Alpha can't read?
Illinois has 24 schools where not a single child can read at a grade level.
I was Teacher of the Year at John F. Kennedy Middle School in Antioch this past year, and Blue Ribbon Teacher of the Year for the district. What you have in front of you right now is my resignation letter. I resigned in May. You can read those 3 pages at your leisure, but I've heard a lot of positive data in this meeting, and I just wanted to give you some facts from my firsthand experience. So first, district leaders asked me to fabricate grades for a parent who sat in the office for hours until her daughter's failing grades were changed. It creates false entitlement. What happens when these kids lie, cheat, and cry their way through school and end up as future doctors, police, or politicians? When will you protect the future of our society? Second, that same parent has harassed over 30 teachers. Teachers have filed police reports, and entire school districts have had entire schools have had restraining orders against her. Yet she's still allowed on school property, showing up to field trips her child didn't earn, and filming other students. When will you stop prioritizing parents' feelings over the safety of our teachers and our students? I heard you also mention that we're closing gaps in teacher vacancies. I want the public to know that many of those are filled with uncertified teachers.
Ooh.
My third point, HR withheld money from my employee paycheck as well as many others. They took $500 from me specifically, and it put me behind on my mortgage. And then they sent out an email saying that they had to do it to pay other employees. When will you pay teachers what they are owed? My fourth point, the news reports that behavioral issues are down. They are not. We are simply banned from reporting them, forcing us to keep disruptive students in the classroom. Statistics are being skewed to protect the district, not our children. Our children cannot read and write. They cannot do basic math. And we spend 40 hours a week with these students, so we know them better than the district and those fake numbers. Please stop undermining our professional decisions, because honestly, it's breaking the efficiency and it's giving HOA quality. So Dr. Battle, my question to you
Thank you. The time.
Okay.
Wow. Thank you. I don't want you to say nothing else. I think you said enough, young lady. She burnt the place. She burnt the building down. She said, we are forced to move these kids along. They're taking money away from the teachers. From the teachers. They're allowing parents' emotions to run what happens in these classes. We are not supposed to check these kids when they're reading below grade level, when they're doing math below grade level. It's like, what? She said a lot of the teachers are not even properly trained, don't have the documentation, don't have the certification, didn't go to school. They're not even certified teachers. She was about to say one more thing I wanted to hear so bad. I wanted to hear her, man. That is wild. That is crazy. My wife and I, we raised 4 kids in this country. All of them graduated high school. All of them finished college. Well, one is finishing her last year right now as an engineering student. And none of them got there on participation trophies or inflated grades. We held them accountable at home, and we expected their teachers to do the same at school. Now today, too many teachers are being ordered not to. You've seen the stories. In Nashville, teacher of the year resigned after administrators overrode her grades and forced changes so failing students would pass to the next grade. Another math teacher was suspended for refusing to hand out D's to kids who never completed the work. This isn't isolated. This happens all across the country. Teachers report pressure to inflate grades so the dashboards look good and graduation rates stay high. The real numbers tell a different story. According to the 2024 National Assessment of Educational Progress, the gold standard nation's report card, only 35% of 12th graders scored at or above proficient in reading. That's the lowest level in more than 3 decades. In math, just 22% of high school seniors were proficient. The worst results since the current test began in 2005, 21 years ago. Nearly half of them scored below basic in math. These are the students about to walk across the stage with diplomas in their hands. Look at middle school. About 30% of 8th graders are proficient in reading. The gaps for so-called undeserved communities are even more stark. Black and Hispanic students and students from low-income families routinely score far lower. In recent NAEP data, proficiency rates for Black 8th graders in math have hovered around single digits to low teens in many years. The same pattern holds in reading. These are not small gaps, they are generational. Now, I know what high expectations look like because we lived them. We didn't accept excuses. We checked homework. We limited distractions. We told our kids that effort and mastery matter more than just their feelings. When teachers are told they cannot fail a student who refuses to do the work, or when administrators change grades behind their backs, they are stealing the very lesson that builds character and competence. Grade inflation does not help Black children or any children in struggling communities. It papers over failure, okay? Studies show that students who receive inflated grades perform worse later on in life. Lower test scores, lower college readiness, and even lower lifetime earnings. Passing a child who cannot read or do basic math does not prepare them for real life. It sets them up to fail when the safety net disappears. But we tell our babies they will always have a safety net. As a Black father who watched 4 young adults succeed the old-fashioned way, I say this clearly. Stop the fabrication. Restore accountability. Give teachers the authority to grade honestly. Hold students to real standards. Family discipline and truth still work. The data proves the current path does not. Our children deserve better than a system that prioritizes looking good over actually learning. Right now, we are in a world of style over substance. A lot of you already know that. If a person don't look a certain type of way, you won't even hear them out. You won't entertain them. And that is in and of itself a problem, because that's all they care about is looking the part and not being the part. Special partnership alert. We just now linked up with XXXdrinks.com, which you could take advantage of and get 10% off by hitting the link in the descriptions. Their products support energy, stamina, confidence, mood, circulation, and overall body sensitivity, not just one single effect. Tea, coffee, and you and your significant other are going to be extremely happy. I promise you. Go through the link below and get 10% off. I'll see you on the other side.